GreatestTradingTools.com presents an S&P reversal forecast for the date of April 6, 2009. Signals reflect the following, based on the S&P E-mini futures contract, front month, times are in Eastern Standard Time, or New York time, and signals are always provided in advance, but other signals may not be available until a later time and therefore not shown here. CFTC disclaimer: if you risk it, you can lose it. All information provided here is for educational purposes only. All rights are reserved, and you can visit us at GreatestTradingTools.com to learn how we determine our signals and to also get a free report. April 6, 2009, here's our reversal signals and what we expect in the market. First, I want to focus on the daily. We are expecting a reversal today, and this signal, so far the market's moving up, so as of last week's activity. So it's very possible we're expecting a high here. But here's the thing, because of the geometry of the market, we are actually expecting this market to move higher still than what it currently is, more like the 900 plus area. And it may end up a little short because of the weakness developing in the market of that target, but we are obviously expecting a higher move. So what we may see here instead is that the market suddenly pops down a little lower around 8 to 14 area and a half, or a little lower. And if it does that, then expect this reversal to actually be a low and the market move higher, just like it did over here. If it's a high, then expect the following days for the week to be a declining market. So look at the market and see what it does today. A higher high means we're going to decline the rest of the week. A lower low, then we expect the market to continue moving higher for the rest of the week. Just a point on the daily. Now we're focusing on the intraday basis, and we have a couple of reversals here in the hourly. The first one is from 10:30 to 11:30. Now this is a weak signal. We can determine the strength of the signals, and so we're expecting this a little weak, but sometimes you get a surprise out of it and you get a little bit more out of it. But it's going to be a weaker signal, so don't expect a huge change in direction off of this. Later on we have two signals, one from 12:30 to 13:30 and one right after it from 13:30 to 14:30 during those hours. Now that means that this is going to create a situation where it may create a little bit of confusion. We have a consolidation, and so if we get moving one way or the other and you have a reversal on the first one, ignore that. Wait to see what happens on the second one, because you can get a situation where what we refer to an inverse. And if you have what's called a bar split, where the close of the first reversal bar is, for example, a low, and the following bar opens up at the same level, even though it slightly overlaps it sometime during the bar's formation, that can be what's called a bar split. A similar what we're referring to is something like this, where the market similar open and close in the bar configuration. If that's the case, then expect the market to continue moving in that direction. If we're still in a consolidation, then likely it's going to be, something of this sort of high, low, and the market does a zigzag real quick one way or the other. So that's what you would look for depending on the situation. What we recommend is that the last one is the one you focus on. If you're in a trade looking to get out, take the first one as a signal to get out. Take the second one as an entry point for the following signal. On the 10-minute, we have a number on the 10-minute. We have two again right close to each other, 10 o'clock to 10:10, and from 10:10 to 10:20, so right beside each other. Later on in the afternoon, we have them split apart a little bit, 12:20 to 12:30, 12:50 to 1300, 13:50 to 1400, and 14:30 to 14:40. And you can see our right up here, daily reversal is due today. Hourly, first one is weak from 11:30 to 12:30, then two later on in the day that are right next to each other. So don't expect to take a signal or to trade the first one. Watch the second one. If you're in a trade, take the profits on the first one, entry on the second one. 10-minute, the first two signals right close together. We don't have one, an hourly signal during that time as of yet. So we're not expecting anything dramatic off of that, but an hourly signal may show up just as the market opens. All these following 10-minute signals are within an hourly reversal zone. So therefore, any one of these can be strong. See which coordinates with the hourly. If your hourly reversal is a high, and you have a high among these, then that's the one you want. If it's a low, and doesn't match the high, then that's not the one you want. Very simple. And that basically sums up the reversal signals for today. Again, we are looking for overall for the market to move higher, but it is likely to do a little retracement here. So today may be more of a consolidation and not much activity. We're not expecting a big decline, but if it does take off to the upside, it should be a fairly good profitable opportunity here. And that sums everything up here, and best trading to you. GreatestTradingTools.com presents an S&P reversal forecast for the date of April 6, 2009. Signals reflect the following, based on the S&P E-mini futures contract, front month, times are in Eastern Standard Time, or New York time, and signals are always provided in advance, but other signals may not be available until a later time, and therefore not shown here. CFTC disclaimer: if you risk it, you can lose it. All information provided here is for educational purposes only. All rights are reserved, and you can visit us at GreatestTradingTools.com to learn how we determine our signals and to also get a free report.